Well, Jeff, Wednesday practice here ahead of week 3. How'd the guys look out there?
Good. I mean, I know y'all ask me that every day,
Yeah.
and I give y'all the most boring answer, but I got a good group of kids. They show up every day. They do what they're supposed to do. I mean, today's third down, so big emphasis on that. We were not very good at it last week,
Yeah.
and we weren't very good at it, the week before. And so there's been a huge emphasis on it, which there has been, and we got to figure that out.
I was going to ask you about that. It seemed like the first down plays are leading to what you kind of guys get behind the chains. Is that what you guys have saw?
Well, whenever you're second and 8, that
Yeah.
does hurt. There's no doubt, but they were very manageable situations. I mean, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Well, we've got plays for all that stuff. We've got to execute the plays, and we're not doing that right now. And the good part is we're protecting our quarterback.
Yeah.
The bad part is we're not completing passes. So that's what we got to get better at, which is very shocking because we got a really good quarterback. We've got good tight ends. We've got good wide receivers. So I totally understand the fan base being upset and blaming the coaching staff. They should.
When you look at the 4th downs going 1 for 5 on offense in those scenarios in the game, is that kind of the same story, or is there something different there?
Yeah, I'm just glad you noticed it was 1 for 5 and not 1 for 6, like the rest of the world is getting. My deep snapper is really good. I hate that for Isaac. I really do. If you'll go back and study the play, there was a really good reason for it. But I really don't want to get into it. But well, the one that's the killer, obviously, is the 4th and 1. That one will haunt us for a long time. We just got whipped up front, and I don't think we hit it real good from the back. And Robert Henry not being out. There's a lot of things to criticize on that play, and it's all very, very fair. The overthrow on the bender, we'd like to have that one back. Obviously the drop, and those hurt. There's no doubt they do. And the one we did execute, was a big one to David. So I think we're going to be fine there because we've got really good quarterbacks and tight ends and receivers, and our line's good. We just haven't done it yet, and it's very disappointing.
We saw Marcellus Wilkerson make his first start in this game. What has he sort of shown you to carve out that opportunity, and what did he show you on the field?
He's always been a starter in our mind. Pee Wee's just really good, as Danye was, as Adrian was, and as Clarence was. We've had a lineage of that. But Pee Wee got hurt last week and had to miss quite a bit of time. So, he's just about 80% of himself right now, so Marcellus got to go. And he earned it. I mean, Marcellus is also a very good player. We see Marcellus as a starter.
We've gotten to see a lot of Ty Milton coming out at safety this year after playing corner last year. What's been your first impression of how he's reacted to that scenario in games?
Just inexperience. He was injured all during the spring, he was injured all during the summer, he was injured all during fall camp. So he's just now getting out there. But he's a really good player, and he will get better as the season goes.
Jeff, I saw you threw a fullback in an I form on one of those plays. Is that just something you guys dial up in situations, or you think you'll see more of that?
I don't know, JJ. What to see?
Yeah.
Remember, Clint watches all these too. Clint did a good job at the pet rally last night.
You said you wanted to look back at the video before you commented on the physicality when I asked after the game. How'd you feel about how your team played?
Yeah, we were great. We were great. I thought their kickoff team got after us, and I thought their kickoff return team got after us. A huge shout out to Tanner Burns over there. I thought both those teams were more physical than our teams, but the rest we matched them. We just didn't execute. I mean, both teams played very, very hard. You can tell it was very intense. We've been in 2 of those in a row, and we're going to be in a 3rd one this week. And I spoke to y'all about this. I know y'all are even tired of hearing it, but it's just, I try to be as honest with y'all as possible without telling Clint Kelo everything. So it's just the way the schedule fell. And we play Colorado State after this one, and guess what? They have a bye as well. So it is what it is. And so you're going to play a very fresh team Saturday. You're going to play a team that can change up their schemes if they want to, or they can double down on their schemes they've been running and be better at them. You just don't want to play teams after a bye, especially after you've been through 2 in-state rivalry games back-to-back weeks. Tough ask of our players this weekend.
You've mentioned having some concerns on special teams. How do you go about addressing that through the week? Is it any different compared to different times?
No, just practice, man. You got to practice. Obviously, you got to evaluate your schemes, but we've been doing a lot of stuff for a long time. We know we got some change-ups we do that match up personnel. Got to evaluate personnel. Got to evaluate how you practice. But the secret to our sauce since we've been here is just there was the one year we had all 22 starters back. We got to a roaring start. But there's a lot of transition that goes on in these things, and we begin with the end in mind. We really try to start like how we want to finish, and sometimes you get off slow starts when you do this, and special teams is one of those areas we're not real cleaned up at right now, and we got to keep getting better at it.
Just specifically on special teams, when you watch the video, what do you see out of the coverage teams these first 2 weeks?
We got too much scheme in, and we're not very fundamentally sound. That's to make it very simplistic. We're doing too much scheme and not enough fundamentals.
You've said you're looking for pass rush solutions. How much is that maybe things you can do schematically or play calling, and how much of it is just kind of player development? What's the balance there?
Yeah, both. I mean, schematically and the players you have, you get to watch them more in the game to see what they really can do and what could you visualize them doing. And, there's also some matchups in there that dictate some of that style of quarterback you're going against. Would you rather see them do certain things or do other things? And we haven't gotten it done. We're 0-2, so nothing's worked yet. But we've played two really good teams as well.
Did you learn anything about Vic and Don on Saturday? It was kind of the most we've seen them be able to play here.
They're getting better. Obviously, we were going to bring them on a little slower. We thought Cam was going to be that guy, and unfortunately that didn't happen. But they're getting better. They're both very inexperienced, but they're good players. They have length, they have some speed, they have quickness, and they're coachable. And they're getting coached by a guy that's done a really good job of coaching. He's coached the Player of the Year in our conference the last 2 years. So we'll be better. We just got to be patient with those two kids.
How's Cam doing?
He's okay. I mean, he's such a great human. He'll battle back. And like I told him, but it's terrible for him, but he gets to play an extra year of football now. We'll get that year back for him. So he'll get 2 more years, and really huge fan of his. Be a slow rehab. It's going to be a long one. It's a pretty serious knee injury. But he's a good person. Got a great family. Comes from a great school. Just good people, man. He's in all the single-digit meetings still. Hadn't been late to one meeting. Just a great human being.
Jeff, your message to the fans headed to the Dome this weekend. You had a pep rally last night. A good amount of Roadrunner supporters still out there.
They're loyal. As I've told you, we've got our haters. Every fan base does. But I would imagine all of our fans are Spurs fans. And one thing that's always I've loved about this city is how good they've always been to the Spurs. And I know everybody wants to talk about our 5 championships, and those are fun memories. But we've also had, some tough years, and there was haters then. But our fans are loyal. They have a big picture view. They're passionate, and the true fans, I'm always grateful for, and even the haters. It adds a little spice in everyone's life.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
God bless.
Yeah.